Well, folks, my fantastic La-Z-Boy lift chair recliner. Let's go through it. Folks, this came with a state. We don't need it. La-Z-Boy is premium when it comes to lift chairs. This one is no exception with a lovely medium blue with some other textured in there. It's sort of got a nice upholstery, which is like a soft corduroy, and it's quite lovely. The padding is in excellent shape. This came out of an estate where, sometimes lift chairs are funny because people just essentially just live in them. But this one is not lived in. It was nicely used, and now it's available in the secondary market. And for all intents and purposes, to be blunt, you wouldn't know it wasn't new. We're going to take a minute to look at the aspects of this chair, and then when we're finished, well, you're going to want to buy it. So let's do that. Folks, as far as measurements of this chair is concerned, the internal measurement here is 19 from side to side. The outside measurement is 32, and from front to back it's 19 as well. There's of course some give because there's some padding, but you can judge yourself accordingly. This is a pretty standard measurement for a chair. Personally, I'm 6'1", and I can sit in this chair comfortably, and I weigh a couple hundred pounds. So judge yourself accordingly. The control on this particular La-Z-Boy is dead simple. Very simple to operate, and simply, if you have someone who's a little more infirm, one touch. So first of all, we're going to go up. Now, the first thing to note about the La-Z-Boy is that it's very, very quiet. Take a moment and I'll be quiet while you listen to how quiet it is. For all intents and purposes, you can't hear it operating. And, well, that's a good thing, right? And you see, the nice thing about the La-Z-Boy, it actually, as it rises up, it sort of eases you out. You have a situation where the back comes up in a fixed way, and then it sort of raises. It's actually a dual motor situation, so it can then let you out of the chair. The La-Z-Boys as well, one thing they have is they have a concealed box. Now what I mean by that is that a lot of lift chairs, you'll see the mechanism underneath when it rises up, which may be a problem if you have children running around or little dogs or stuff like that. They can get inside the mechanism of the unit, which could be a problem. And you don't have to worry about the La-Z-Boy, because the La-Z-Boy, what they've done is essentially you have a box type situation that the chair itself sits in when it goes to lift out. And this is the cosmetic drape on the back, and that's of course how you would take off the back if you did want to remove that for transit purposes. But it's pretty straightforward, and the nice thing of course is that when you go to lower it down, the same thing holds true. Now, of course, going the other directions, it's simply equally simple. Just simply depress the other way. And you can then see the chair then descends back down into the box. And again, very soon you see that the backrest comes up forward just like that. And then it eases the rider down into a comfortable sitting position. And, quite nice, quite gentle, and, well, synonymous with La-Z-Boy. And of course, then we go into the recline function. And we'll have the base comes out. Basically, the footrest will come out first. So if you don't want to have a full reclining motion, that's not a problem. You'll be able to enjoy just sitting in the chair. And then ultimately, if you keep the button depressed, then the backrest will go down and give comfort to your rider. And it's almost a flat position, as you can see there. Very comfortable. Now, of course, I have this outside on purpose in this nice clean tarp, just simply because, when you do things outside, you see a lot of ads on Kijiji for lift chairs, and usually they're not very nice pictures, and it's a situation where you have to sort of guess it's going to be okay. I do it on purpose out here so you can see the quality of the chair and see that the fabric really is indeed perfect. Nice spring, no sag, and lots of body to the chair itself, and that's something that, well, you're just going to appreciate. And what can I say? Of course, other design notes that are synonymous with La-Z-Boy is that they have this is a very robust bar that does the lifting of the chair. It's like the footrest itself. Just again, if you've ever inspected a recliner, sometimes the hardware underneath it is not very robust. And, well, there's a reason La-Z-Boy is Mercedes and everything else is Chevy. Not that there's anything wrong with Chevy, but get behind the wheel and you understand the experience immediately. I'm going to raise this back up. Now, this chair has been all freshly shampooed. That's why you see my vacuum cleaner over there. Just give it a quick once over, but I mean, it didn't take much. Just give it a quick brisk, and so you'll get something nice. And you can see it's tucking away nicely. Exactly the way it should. And there you have it. And I'm going to bring this back just a touch. Sometimes you'll have fine adjustments that you'll go through when you get in your chair, but it really is a great chair. Side pocket there for your newspapers, iPad, whatever you like, and of course the control fits in there nicely. It's a great chair. Nice neutral color. A lot of folks are going to buy a chair at this price point, let's face it. You go to buy these things new, $1.5, $2, $2,500, $3,000. You can spend those kinds of monies all day long. And when people spend that money, they're looking for a combination of fashion and functionality. Now, perhaps you just need functionality. Well, the La-Z-Boy offers the luxury of not only offering the lift chair function, but the safety of that box design. But if you happen to have there's nothing wrong with blue. Blue's a nice color, it's nice and neutral, and you'll be pleased to have it in your home. What can I say? Now, delivery will be noted as an option. What's going to be happening now is I'm going to take this chair and it's going to be going into storage, and that's where it'll stay, nice dry storage, until you come to fetch it. Surely this is the best ad you're going to see on Kijiji for a lift chair, in as much as we go over all of the details. There's nothing left to imagination. There's no unusual depressions. There's no staining, and which would mean smells, hint, hint. And that's not the case. Just a nice clean chair that, of course, bears the La-Z-Boy name brand, and you'll be pleased to own it. So I'm going to put the specs in the ad. Pricing will be firm, but delivery will be noted as an option, and it's really that simple. So if you like what you see, send me a text, email, or phone call, and I will sell it to you. Thanks, folks.